5 things you should know before you decide to hire a big box personal injury firm. What is a big box personal injury firm? You know exactly what I'm talking about. You can't go more than 100 feet on I-65 without seeing billboards for some injury attorneys, or commercials on TV with expanding checks, or paid actors pretending to be insurance company executives who are scared of the attorney, or whatever nonsense these big box attorneys are doing. You can spot a so-called big box injury firm by its advertising campaign. When you see a firm doing billboards, TV commercials, you have to know that firm is spending tons of money on advertising. And it's my opinion that when a firm is spending tons and tons on advertising, they become focused on getting new clients, not taking care of the ones they have. And I speak from experience. Before I was a prosecutor, I worked for a large injury firm. Before you hire the firm with an endless billboard budget or with fancy TV commercials, take a moment to consider the following. Number 1, most big box firms will take any case that walks through the door. The pressure to make money is so great that these firms have no choice but to accept as many cases as they can. This results in some odd things happening at these firms. Instead of hiring a lawyer to help with the cases, these firms hire more and more receptionists or intake people to handle the volume of phone calls. So instead of working up each case, it makes the most financial sense to treat each case as if it were on an assembly line. To make matters worse, big box firms need to settle as many cases as possible to pay their bills. They're often not able to devote the time necessary to handle a case with difficult facts. They're just too busy with too many cases. The bottom line, at a big box injury firm, your case is just another number, and they treat cases as if it's on an assembly line. You are more than just a number, and you deserve full justice from a committed firm. Number 2, large advertising campaigns and large payrolls result in a huge overhead and need for constant revenue. In addition to a media budget addiction, some big box firms have an enormous payroll. These obligations make these firms focused on spending as little time as possible on each case to get them settled. They are often settled cases for lower than their true value, and they just don't have the time to deal with any kind of odd facts because they have to have a constant revenue source for their payroll and advertising budget. The bottom line, do you want an attorney who knows you and is representing you as a person? Or do you want a big box firm that needs constant money to continue an expensive and tacky advertising campaign? You deserve better. Number 3, some of these big box firms employ way too many young attorneys. Youth has its advantages, but experience is power. This is a problem because in order to save money, many of these big box firms will simply hire young attorneys instead of seasoned attorneys who know the ins and outs of personal injury practice. They do this because it's cheaper to hire young attorneys with little to no experience instead of attorneys who've been doing it for decades. Typically, we will see partners at these firms handling a few choice cases, with younger associates handling all the others. This is a problem because young attorneys aren't able to spend the time necessary to work up a case and obtain maximum value. This only hurts you, the client. Another problem with employing too many young and inexperienced attorneys is that big box firms bounce their clients from attorney to attorney throughout the course of the case. So the attorney you spoke to at the beginning, guess what? It's probably not going to be the attorney you speak at the middle or the attorney you speak with at the end of the case. The relationship just isn't there. The bottom line, young attorneys are awesome. They bring energy and exuberance. But like the old saying goes, old age and treachery beat youth and skill. Number 4, most big box injury firms will eagerly refer you to doctors. In many instances, a referral of this kind is a kiss of death for your case. Insurance companies are well aware of which doctors make a habit of working on injury cases, and they keep track of which lawyers consistently are involved with the same doctors. When an insurance company is convinced that your doctor is too closely associated with your attorney, the company may refuse to pay or only make the smallest of settlement offers. These big box firms send you to doctors because they want to settle your case while doing as little work as possible. If they settle a bunch of cases lower than their true value, they can do it at a high volume with little work, and they make money. You may not have much money in your pocket, but I assure you the big box firms will make money. The bottom line, you deserve full justice, not partial justice, not half justice. Don't let a big box injury firm sabotage your case. Number 5, these big box firms often do not take many cases to trial, if any. This is the darkest, dirtiest secret of them all. When everything's said and done, these big box firms are so focused on their billboards and assembly lines of cases, they just don't have the time or toughness to take cases to trial when they should in fact go to trial. Instead, they pressure their clients to accept lowball settlement offers. How could you, as a client, possibly feel good about this result? We are no fans of insurance company, but we do admit this fact. Insurance companies are experts at making money. They assess risks, and settlement offers are based on how much risk they feel. How much risk do you think an insurance company is going to feel if the adjusters and insurance company attorneys know that your attorney will never take a case to trial? Attorneys who do not try cases get significantly lower settlement offers for their clients. That's just a fact. The bottom line, don't let your case become a number at a big box injury firm. You deserve better. If you have any questions, give us a call. We love to talk about how we can help injured people make a full recovery. Our phone number is 317-632-3642. Stay safe, look out for each other.